they're gonna do what they can. Until the lady from Humane Society. Boom, on Hilton. Walk off.
Hey, what's up, man? You doing good? Good, good.
Yeah. Good to see you. Got your.
first inaugural meeting of the Gullah Geechee Historic Neighborhoods Community Development Corporation. Today, are we in compliance with the Freedom of Information Act?
Yes, sir, we are.
All right. Our first item of business this morning is to swear in our new members. Because two of our members are existing town council members, they took the oath of office at the time that they were sworn in for their positions. But I would call Mr. Brubaker, Ms. Peterson, and Pastor Johnson to please come down here and join me. Right here. All right. If you could please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I am duly qualified according to the Constitution of this state to exercise the duties of the office to which I have been appointed, and that I will, to the best of my ability, discharge the duties thereof, and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of this state and of the United States. So help me God. Thank you, sir, for your service. All righty. Now that we have a full complement of board members, the next item on the agenda is the election of officers. I would like to open up the floor for nominations to serve as president of the board of directors. Are there any nominations?
I nominate Ms. Shirley Peterson.
Okay. There's a nomination. Is there a second for the nomination?
Second.
Okay. Are there any other nominations?
Move to close the nominations.
Second.
The acceptance of nominations is now closed. See how quickly this moved? All right, there is a nomination before the body. All in favor of Ms. Peterson being elected as the president of the court, or the board of directors, please raise your right hand. Any opposed? Let the record reflect that it's a unanimous vote. Ms. Peterson, I will turn the meeting over to you if you want to call for the election of the additional officers.
All right, okay. Are there any additional officers to be elected? Oh, Vice President.
There you go.
Do I have a nomination from the floor?
I nominate Lewis Johnson.
Do I
I'll
hear a
second that nomination.
I have a first and a second for Lewis Johnson. Any opposed? All in favor?
Man, we're good. Wow.
The next position is secretary.
Oh, no. I nominate Alex Brown.
Point of clarity, just wanted to understand
Yeah.
from staff here. As far as the secretary and the treasurer position, is there opportunity for a staff member to undertake those responsibilities?
Yes, sir. So there will be staff support for all of those administrative functions that will go with the positions. I believe the responsibilities of these positions are kind of outlined in the bylaws, so we want to be compliant with those. But in terms of assisting those individuals, staff will be assisting individuals with preparing of minutes and keeping of documents.
Got it. And I have a nomination for secretary. Terry Brubaker.
Quid pro quo.
I second that nomination. It's been nominated and second. All in favor? Any opposed?
We're running out of people. Guess what? Any more positions?
The next position is treasurer.
Because Alex Brown is F&A chairman, I nominate Alex Brown as being the appropriate treasurer. Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor? Opposed? So moved. The next on the agenda is the appearance of citizens, and this is citizens who wish to address the committee. Have any appearance by citizens?
At this Good morning. Zendaya Irvin for the record. At this time, Ms. Peterson, we did not have any citizens that wished to, that signed up prior to the meeting.
Thank you. If you look under new business, we have a general discussion and overview of the corporation and community objectives.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is exciting. It's a historic meeting. It's our very first meeting of the Gullah Geechee Historic Neighborhoods Community Development Corp. And so congrats to you all for being on the board, appointed on the board, and congrats, I would say, to this community for establishing the Development Corporation. It's been underway for a period of a year, and by, I think, a lot of sheer determination and a lot of effort at the state level and our level and our community level, this corporation really has come together. So for me, it's a little bit of an out-of-body experience right now, sitting here looking at you, knowing the corporation is in business. You saw, and I think for the benefit of the folks in the room, as well as our community, we have set a Community Development Corp objective. We know that there is a lot of work to do with you. There's a $5 million state grant. There's a few $100,000 county grant through the federal government for some overhead, but there's also a lot of work to do. And so we've put together some objectives supporting the advancement and sustainability of the historic and culturally sensitive communities located on Hilton Head Island, helping to create strategic programs related to economic development, affordable housing, streetscaping, neighborhood planning, targeted investment, financial resources, resident education, business owner education and assistance, whether it's new business or scaling business, and really support service opportunities directly related to accomplishing your mission, our mission. You've seen, and you all know what the board member responsibilities are. Keep it simple. To get out of the gate, I know we need to find an executive director. That job ad has been live for some time. I have held off interviewing. We're going to do that together. I want to know what you're thinking before I share with you what I'm thinking. And so I pledge to you that I will work very closely with you to recruit and hire the right exec director, our first one. We're here to support and sustain and stabilize our neighborhoods. And I'll say them: Squire Polk, Little Stony, Big Stony, Jonesville, Jarvis, Old House Creek, Spanish Wells, Gardner, Chaplin, Marshland, Grassland, Big Hill, Bagall, and last, of course, but very not least, Mitchellville. So very exciting to kick that off. I know you're going to provide oversight to that exec director as a board. I know you will help establish a strategic plan, a business plan for the corporation. I know that you will help that exec director implement those strategic initiatives. And in my role as town manager, I'm going to be close by, but know that exec director, as we find them, will be helping you drive. And so I pledge that to you, that I'll be close and helpful. We have a great team here. Good question came up. Is there staff support taking minutes? Yes, there's staff support in geographic information systems. There's staff support in the finance department. There's staff support in our community development department, our planning office, our engineering office. There's staff support in our fire rescue department. There is staff support 360 degrees and then some from this organization to you and to this corporation. So I just want to make sure you know that and hear that from me. I'm proud to be here with you today. I know Josh has some work to do too, to ratify bylaws and get on with the business. But I do want to say congrats. Answer any questions if you have them for me right now, but I know we'll work together closely along the way.
I have one question that we might want to talk about in executive session. What's the job, the pay scale?
The pay scale?
I did not see it.
A lot of people want to work here. A lot of people want to come help. The pay scale of the position. Is Lisa Stoffer somewhere behind me? Help me. Grade level. Yeah, I see the grade. What's the scale? What's the range? Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah, can you get, yeah. That's one question I do have.
We'll have that for you by the time we get into exec session. Just don't recall it. Josh, turn it over to you, sir.
Mr. Orlando, I want to thank you very much. You gave us a lot of information. Bylaws are excellent.
Thank you.
So next on the agenda is ratification of the bylaws. And just to kind of give you a little bit of background, this entity exists as a separate, legally distinct entity from the town of Hilton Head Island. It is on file with the South Carolina Secretary of State's office. It is registered as a nonprofit corporation, and we're in the process of working to get that tax exempt designation from the Internal Revenue Service. But this board also needs to have an integral role in the operations of this organization. And so while the town council has developed the bylaws of the organization, the goal is for this entity to ratify those bylaws so that there's an understanding that these will be the mutual goals of the corporation that everybody's going to be working towards. It'll set forth the understanding of how the corporation is going to be operated, but also understanding that it's going to have a very close tie to the town in a number of ways. And so if there's any questions about the document, I'm happy to go over them with you now. If there aren't any questions, what we would request is a motion to approve and ratify the bylaws that were presented with the corporation.
I would make the motion to approve the bylaws as presented to the board.
Second.
There's no discussion. Zendaya, can we call a roll? Oh, I'm sorry. Zendaya, could you please call the roll?
Certainly. Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Peterson,
Yes.
Mr. Ames,
Yes.
Mr. Brown,
Support the motion.
Mr. Rubraker.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you all very much.
All right, next on the agenda, as we talk about proposed calendar year, dates, times, locations, I would like to introduce to you, and I don't even think they need a last name, we just call her Zendaya. But Zendaya is our assistant town clerk, and she will be and is your clerk to the Community Development Corporation. So everything you need, she is there with you and for you, and we're very proud of her. She's very passionate about this. She's prepared the recruitment brochure for the board. She's helped prepare the recruitment brochure for the exec director. She's worked closely with HR to collect all the resumes and get us ready for today. And I'm very proud of you. So come on up and introduce yourself and get us through what we need to.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'll say that one more time. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. I just want to thank each and every one of you for serving on this board. This is going to be an exciting task. I'm excited. I know you all are excited. I know the public is excited. They are here in full force, and I appreciate that. Just a little bit about me. I am 5th generation Native Islander here. I see a few family members, distant family members in the crowd, and that makes me excited. I'm honored to be given this opportunity to work with each and every one of you on this enormous task that we have to tackle. I'm excited, I'm ready, I'm willing. I grew up living this Gullah culture, breathing it, seeing it here, grandparents, parents telling me stories of old Hilton Head. You know, that makes me excited. That gets me giddy. That gets me, you know, wanting to be here to get Hilton Head to a place of where it used to be, but bring a new vibe to things. One thing that I want to say is the town has made some inroads over the last several years, and yet this is yet another way for us to engage and enhance these historic neighborhoods that we have here. Hearing the stories of the community elders of businesses that were here on Hilton Head once, and that will be here once again. So I want to bring that dream back. I want it to be a reality. I want it to be here, and I want it to be full and full incentive for everyone to see. So I just have a brief slideshow, just some pictures, just to take us back down memory lane. Early beginnings, very early beginnings. So on Hilton Head, you had your farmers, you had your doctors, you had your lawyers, you had your families that were growing tomatoes, watermelon, my favorite, sugarcane. Wish someone would bring that back, but I won't bring any names up. Some squash, peas, butter beans, citrus fruits, plenty of things to help their families survive during a time when there was no bridge, when there was just a mule, there was a cow, some chickens. You had to do what you had to do. Understandable. We'll move forward some years. We've got our boats. We got our shrimping co-op. There's some older folks here today that were a part of that fishing co-op. That was a big thing for Hilton Head. Another way to help our families survive. It had an economy that we all enjoyed. Everyone enjoys some seafood. Plenty of seafood restaurants to tell us about their story on Hilton Head. Mr. Arthur Orridge, wonderful man. Just a few of those businesses that we had. I'm not even sure if any of you know about any of these businesses that were here. Farmers Club Funeral Home, that was in the Jonesville Road area. Fred Owens Store, that was also in the Jonesville Road area. And Mr. William Brown's store. So these are proof that there was an economy here that was tapped into, that was a vibrant portion of Hilton Head. It was a big part of Hilton Head. You went to your corner store to get the things that you need because that's what you did. There weren't any big box stores that were here to help you out. Schooling, another thing. Now this is a little bit further on, but schooling wasn't here in the beginning. There were students, children that had to travel by boat to go get to school. Way in Beaufort. I say way in Beaufort now because you can drive there, but before that wasn't the case. Where do we end up? There was a bridge. Bridge opened, 1956. I was not born. I was not thought about it. Full transparency, I was not born at that time. However, with the bridge coming, sorry for showing my age, with the bridge coming, we were able to have Hilton Head be open to, the things that we needed. Common day things that we all need, we take for granted sometimes. So just wanted to go back and show that. And then I will also, the top left, dirt roads. We still have dirt roads on Hilton Head. The opening of the airport in 1967, the roundabout completed in Sea Pines Traffic Circle, completed in 1962. So these are some of the things that have happened, small pieces, but major for our community. Well, fast forward, we have these stores that I was talking about. The Grants family, there was Eddie Grants on Squire Pope Road, they had a general store. So there are key areas within the community that were thriving in these historic neighborhoods. And I think we're all excited to get back to that place, to see things the way that they were, not to move backwards, but to move forward in a good way. You've got Abe's. You have, on the bottom left, you have the Tabby, which was, reconstructed. You've got gas stations. So these are just some of the things that we can get back to, that we will get back to with your help, your guidance, and this committee, and also the community. So here are a list of our Native Island neighborhoods, historic neighborhoods, just for reference. That's what I have. So I just wanted to say this is a big task. It is. It can seem daunting. It can seem a lot to undertake, but I know with the 5 of you, and if there are more that come on, we can do it. We can do it. As long as I have your support, we're out there. Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Anything for me?
Well done, Cynthia.
Yeah. Very well done.
Yes.
Madam Chair, could I?
Yes.
Thank you, Zendaya, for not just that trip down memory lane, but energy in young people, right? That's why we're doing this. The generational change that we're embarking upon. They're serious about preserving, sustaining the Gullah culture on Hilton Head. I think people first, young people are those that we really have to embrace the ideas in order to get to the next level. So I appreciate your energy. Pray that we take that energy back to our respective families, okay, as far as what the expectation of the young people, because you now have something in place that can definitely help with that generational sustainability. So thank you for your energy. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Before you all, and within your agenda package, you had meeting dates. Did you all review them?
Yeah,
All
I've got a suggestion
No, I
there.
think I need to put them up. Yes.
As I can appreciate everybody that has taken time out of their busy schedules to join us today, I would offer that the committee consider that at least once a quarter, we have a meeting in the community somewhere, okay, and at a time that we could see bigger crowd, folks that are working that sort. So I like the aggressive of meeting once a month. I'm totally in favor of that, but if you all would consider an additional or change within so that we can once a quarter be in the community.
I think that's a great idea. I would also add to that, that maybe we need to look at other people that are working. They can come.
Okay, would you prefer later in the afternoon, earlier morning? I just want to get a census of,
If you want to engage the community, it's going to be later in the day. So maybe even evening, 6 or 7. So that even at 4 or 5 o'clock, you have people who are still working or just getting off. So that would definitely have to be an evening meeting.
I think 6 o'clock would be, especially if we gave people prior notice that we would be.
sure. All right,
And then can you bring us a new proposed schedule at the next meeting for us to consider?
absolutely. I absolutely can do that. And we'll work on those quarterly meetings. We definitely can work together on those, finding a meeting space big enough, to house everyone that's, in a comfortable location and such like that. So that's definitely something we can do. So if we want to table this for now,
Yes, please.
all right, yes, ma'am, we can definitely do. Yes, sir.
Zendaya, just a personal conflict on June 22nd. We can make an adjustment later on, but I wanted to make that note.
Likewise, that's not a good date for me either.
Okay,
I'd suggest a week later.
okay. Certainly.
Any other conflicts that you see?
December 28th could be a problem.
It was in the flow of things.
I don't,
Just to keep us on schedule.
a lot
So,
of other people would have to influence that one. in my opinion.
but we could definitely look at that date.
I think we
Absolutely.
probably just exclude it.
Sure.
Go into January
Absolutely.
2nd.
Okay, absolutely. So that's what we'll do. I'll bring you back some proposed dates and times. And that time for 6 p.m., which you're all in consensus of, that 6 p.m. works for everyone, fourth Thursday of each month. We had
I
no,
wouldn't even be
No.
opposed to you kind of fluctuating
Yes.
day and evening throughout, I would be in favor of that.
I thought that's what you meant, we would fluctuate, because this time is a good time during the day.
Yeah.
But also put some evening times.
Evening time, so add some evening time, sure. Okay.
Ask another question, if I may.
Yes.
Alex made the suggestion of a quarterly meeting in addition to these dates. Is there any reason why every third meeting we couldn't have what you were describing? So it wouldn't be additional, it would just be in the community.
So every third meeting and also every fourth, third and fourth, or in place of
No,
the fourth?
No. If we're going to do it quarterly, that would mean every third meeting.
In the community, in the evening.
Right.
That would take care of that.
Okay. That
No, that's-
suffice? Questions for me?
Excellent presentation.
Very good.
Quick, straight to the point. Mr. Orlando, did you have anything that you wanted to add? Okay. Well, there is a need to go into executive session. So
I need a motion to close this meeting.
Make a motion that the board go into executive session for the reasons outlined in our agenda.
Second.
All in favor? And I need a motion to open.
Well,
we're going to move
we
to
have to
conference room
retire.
3. Yes.
Are we moving?
Move that the Gullah Geechee Community Development Corporation come out of executive session.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
No action was taken at the executive session. You can stand adjourned if you want.
And can we stand adjourned?
Yes.
All hail.